Hey, this is Short John Red, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Again, I'm continuing, my little Redux series. Like before, I'm not gonna show you everything, just the big stuff that's different. And, I don't know if you can hear it on your end, but sorry if there's a little buzzing in the audio. It's a recurring problem. Whatever, let's just get onto it. Okay, so this is, admittedly, I was just kind of like, speeding through some things, because, not really much, but then I realized, oh wait, they changed Avery's little, conversation, at least a little bit. And you'll see what I mean here. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie slides up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this, and don't worry about paying for it. The funeral has you worried plenty already, I bet. Not really, and no thanks. I am not sucking down a drop of that shit. And the answer is 29. And the answer to 29 down is oink. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, like pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bought those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Yeah. What if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. Alright. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I've never heard of anything like that around here. I mean, I know I haven't been around that long, but I feel like that's kind of the thing people would talk about. How exciting. Now that I think about, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it could be very serious, but wow. Bastard's probably out drinking with his shotgun again. Julius, didn't everybody ever teach you not to speak ill of the dead? Yeah, what if the cops are in on it? They seem so nonchalant. I understand the suspicion, but that's just how they are. They spend most of their time in here drinking coffee. Every now and then they break up a fight between... Sorry, I need to breathe. Between drunk miners or arrest somebody for cooking meth in the woods. The way they tell it, it always sounds like some big sting operation, but it's usually just some guy in a trailer. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte something like 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more, I lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. And I found my place here, I think. I can't say I feel like uprooting again anytime soon, so I think that means I like it well enough. Shouldn't uproot too often. And anyway, stresses out help the plant. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which, wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. Yeah, I get it. I felt like, I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. It's not like it's terrible, right? But there's a feeling like people are looking at you longer than they should. Town of noisy assholes, if you ask me. My mother came from the man in the back of the booth. He straightens his newspaper, hiding behind it as if pretending he hadn't just weighed in on your conversation. Says the guy who was listening in on other people's conversations. Maybe you're one of those noisy assholes, huh, Julius? The man continues to hide behind his newspaper. Anyways, did you say all this was exciting? A man's dead, Avery. Exciting doesn't mean good, but nothing ever happens around here. Like, don't get me wrong, it's awful that you and Stella had to go through all that, definitely, and I feel for Duke's family. But it really gets the adrenaline pumping, I bet. Being in a situation like that, my coffee's out. Oh no, and you've only had 5 cups today. How are you going to survive? Kidding, I'll just be a sec, Julius. Well, Odie, it looks like I better get back to it. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Oh, before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Yeah, Stella told me. Avery grabs a napkin, pulling out a pen and quickly scribbling something on the paper before handing it to you. That's my place. Come by any time after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween, and it didn't seem like anybody else was gonna throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though, if you didn't come prepared with a costume, don't worry. I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly halfway before disappearing into the back. I've seen a few of those things up near my place, you know. Bullets do 'em just fine. Man behind the newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying another word. Or hides behind the newspaper. Okay, so, I was recording that. Yes, I was. So, okay, again, I didn't think that was in my last playthrough. I mean, it was technically, but they changed it a bit, so, yeah. So, again, gonna pause and, see you when we get to the next thing. Okay, this one isn't really anything major, but it's just, I don't know, it always annoyed me that Stella kept denying there being mountain lions in Scarlet Hollow, despite the fact that we got attacked by one. But this time, I have irrefutable evidence that what I was attacked by is a mountain lion. Well, unluckily for you, I filmed it attacking me. You take out your phone and show Stella and Kaneeka your extremely shaky footage of yesterday's mountain lion encounter. That is definitely a mountain lion. Yeah, I guess. It looks like it got all ditchlinged in the face. Why were you filming? Because nobody would believe me if I didn't. Isn't that interesting, Stella? Okay, fine, I yield. Let's move on before I lose what's left of my pride. Oh god, that's so satisfying. Again, nothing really, major or really that different, but, I just had to do it. I just want to see what happens. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted by my phone right now. Stupid. I don't care about that anymore. Sorry, just these stupid emails I'm getting that even though I already unsubscribed from them. Whatever. I'm wasting enough time as it is. Okay. You're not as flustered around me as you were yesterday. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was hoping that somewhere in the middle of being chased by all those monsters you've forgotten about yesterday. Sometimes I get a little nervous around new people, especially if these people are cute. See, I'm doing it again. It's okay, I just have to remember that you're Tao's cousin. Then I can be perfectly normal, not an awkward mess. Well, I think you're cute too. For real? Well, if we both think the other's cute, I guess that means we should hang out together. Maybe even just one-on-one. Like a date or something. Or not. I mean, whatever you want to do. Oh my god, I'm terrible at this. Don't mind me. Just getting flustered all over again. I love it when you're flustered. I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about? Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Odie. I didn't peg you as shy. You've been pretty direct, actually. Pretty direct. Oh, you mean the flirting in the car. Just because I sometimes speak my mind doesn't mean I should be the one going in there. I'm just messing with you, Deeks. Sorry if this is a weird place to hang out. I'm taking a mental health day. I kinda need some space from the store. Plus, I feel like ass. I'm exhausted and a little out of it. Must inhaled too much coal dust last night. Well, you look fine as hell to me. You casually wink at her. She blushes, her eyes wide. Thanks. Right back at you. It must get lonely out here. It really does. I've only known you for like a day, and I already feel a lot closer to you than I do anyone in this town that isn't Stella. If I'm being honest, all I want to do right now is just drive out here and take you with me. Maybe tomorrow. Stella made all those ghost hunting plans. I can't just skip on her like that. But yeah, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. And I'm serious, you should come with me. It'd be nice to have some eye candy on the road. God, of course I feel like an asshole for talking about all of this now, the morning after a mine collapse. But I guess that's what pushed all this over the edge. Nothing like a major disaster to make you question the direction your life has taken, right? Amen. Well, I wouldn't have met you if you hadn't stuck around. It's not all bad. You're right. I guess some good things can come from messed up situations. I'm serious, by the way. If I leave town tomorrow, when I leave town tomorrow, you should come with me. Okay, I know I keep going back and forth here, but I just gotta say this. Two households, both alike in dignity. Neither of us have parents left who'd get in our way. Hopefully that means the two of us have a happier ending ahead of us. That's a Romeo and Juliet reference, in case you didn't get, which, I mean, Romeo and Juliet was not a love story, it was a tragedy, but whatever. It works as a flirt. Speaking of flirting, so are we actually going to make good on all this flirting, or are you just teasing? Asking you to leave town with me tomorrow wasn't platonic, if that's what you're getting at. So yes? Yes, on making good on the flirting, that is, not the teasing. I mean, I also have been teasing you, but I'm also interested. Oh my god, I'm being so embarrassing right now. I'm just gonna stop talking. Nah, you're being adorable. The two you lock eyes at has every sound but the thunder of your heartbeats fades into the backdrop. Both of your phones buzz in unison. You reach for them at the same time. OMG, I overslept. Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to go to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet y'all there in half an hour. Wow, I totally blanked on the Mayor Jimmy thing. It's almost like we just went through a traumatic event or something and I'm not on top of my schedule. It still's right. This gives us a chance to meet with Oscar, and Mary Jimmy's awfully cute. Oh, okay, this is pretty funny. No, the marriage just ruined our moment. I'm gonna have words with him. I don't care if he's a dog. Good luck with that. Doesn't really matter though. There'll be plenty of time for us to have another moment later. Yeah, okay, sorry. I just really like having the hot trait, okay? It's nice being able to flirt with Kaneeka like this. Okay, admittedly, episode 2 didn't exactly have enough, I don't know, enough meaningful content. Like, okay, so apparently I misunderstood something. I heard that there was a way to, you know, inform Tabitha about the strike without the street smarts trait, but I think that only applies if you're like, you know, if you go to the Hines without Stella or Hella and Kaneeka. I guess there's just no way to prevent it here, so, yeah, but there still is some, you know, meaningful content. Like, I've always wanted to say this. Your status as always, even the morning after being trapped in a nightmare realm. That's really nice of you. Picking outfits is an important part of my morning ritual. It helps me get a bit hit on tough mornings, like this one. I can't believe I'm talking about fashion while Stella might be in trouble. Thanks though, you're sweet. Anytime. Okay, might as well call this the episode where I just flirt with Kaneeka all day. I promise at least there is some more meaningful content. Although I might need to rename the previous episode since I feel like I'm gonna just do everything in one video. Well, everything past it. So anyways, you don't have to be nervous about me seeing your room. There's no better way to get a sense of who someone really is. And, do you like what you see? It's a little messy. Hey! But I like messy. Nice save. And good. You better. I mean, my room is exactly the best, so... About us. Yes? I know we've been playing each other for the past few days, but I have to know. Are we really doing this? Kaneeka stammers, her eyes darting to the floor, a barely contained smile rushing across her face. I don't know. Do you want that? Do you want to be together? Of course. I never wanted anything more than this. Her eyes lock with yours. Me too. You hold out your arms and she falls into them. Yeah, I think I already read the rest of this, so I promise there's more interesting stuff down the line. Okay, admittedly, this might not really be all that necessary, but, I kind of want to call Tabitha, because, I don't think I did that last time. I mean, well, I did call her, but not, like, I'm calling my cousin. You dial Tabitha. That's a good idea. Tell her what we found out. Make so that woman knows she can't just sweep it all under the rug and trap me in this basement forever if something happens to you. It's the only way to make sure you can protect yourself. Your cousin picks up the phone. Hey, where are you? Reese locked me in his basement and he won't let me leave. What? Oh my god, I always knew he was a creep. At least it's not ghosts or ghouls this time. I'll be there as soon as I can. Don't be afraid to kick him if he tries anything. She hangs up. I'm not trapping you here. I'm just concerned. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I know I must seem strange right now. I feel strange. I got all this adrenaline like I'm in fight or flight mode. You dial your cousin once more. I'm driving. Are you bleeding out? If not, find a place to hide and wait for me to get there. I don't like to talk on the phone when I'm in the car. By the way, did you know Reese can transform into a giant monster? Also, his paintings come to life. It's complicated. Are you serious? I always knew there was something that smelled off about that kid. I'm pretty sure he's like a year younger than you. Stay put. But I'm on my way. Don't get eaten. I'll be there as fast as I can. Just stay safe. I'll try. Okay, since I don't have the powerful build trait anymore, I couldn't do the episode 1 save. However, since I have the hot trait, I can do this. You step forward. Okay, what should I say? She's only doing this to protect herself. Show her you're not a monster. Back down. But she's... He stammers, but his unnaturally stretched mouth He stammers, his unnaturally stretched mouth struggling with the words. For God's sake, Odie, get away from him! He stares up at the woman in the doorway behind you. There's something pained in his expression beyond the rage he feels for her. Reese's gaze returns to you, sadness in his eyes. I'm not a monster. And the moment's ruined. Then a shot rings out. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on Reese's writhing body. What the hell are you doing, Odie? Get away from that thing. Tabitha, what are you doing? Stop. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-violently. Tabitha, wait. You step forward, filling the space between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he sits propped against the wall. Out of my way, Odie. Don't kill him. He's just confused. Back off, Tabitha. This is none of your business. Let me handle this. Oh, sure, because you were doing such a good job. That thing was about to eat my cousin. That thing is my son, Miss Scarlet, and despite appearances, he's still human. Don't talk about him like he's some wild animal. Quick, oh, he's fixing himself. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of the way or I'll have to make you... Ah! Her threat is interrupted as Reese scrambles past you, knocking Tabitha's gun to the side and stumbling down the hall towards the entrance to the clinic and the freedom beyond. What in the ever-loving... He pauses for a second, staring longingly back at you from his almost unruined face. And then he's gone, his creations leaving with their master. Shit! The three of you charge down the hall after him. But he's long gone, the door to the clinic hanging open, the night beyond seemingly empty. Great job, Odie. You set a monster free on the populace. If you just got me the tranquilizers, this would all have been over by now. Oh man, I really don't know which... I really don't like any of these, but I guess I'll go with... Both of you are wrong. Reese is beautiful and unique. The world's better with him in it than with him dead or locked away. Better in what way? He's just gonna go around eating people. I don't know. Maybe Odie was right to protect him. Maybe I've been contributing to all this. The two of you should leave. He left behind quite a mess for me to clean up, and I need some time with my thoughts. Not a word of this to anyone, or there will be hell to pay. Tabitha grumbles. Come on, Odie, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna again, not a lot of content from episode 4, but, there is one little thing, and we'll get to that. Okay, I didn't really know when was a good time to resume the video, but, you and Tabitha quietly return to the estate and make your way to the kitchen, where she pulls out 2 pints of banana chocolate chunk. I don't like banana, but whatever. Well, at least banana-flavored stuff. I actually like bananas, the fruit. She puts one on the table and worsley thrusts the other into your hands. I'm sure there's a lot you want to talk about, but we're both here, we're both safe, and we've both had a long week. Let's just exist together. The two of you stand in the kitchen, quietly eating banana-flavored ice cream while frou-frou hers gently in her sleep nearby, an oasis of calm. But as Tabitha's spoon scrapes the bottom of her empty pint, the moment ends. Alright, I'm off to bed. You should try and get some sleep too. Here's hoping tomorrow is uneventful, right? Thanks for this. Your cousin leaves for her room, your body breaking down from the stress of the day's events, and there's nothing left for you to do but head to bed. In case you don't know how to get this scene, like, when you're talking to Tabitha, like, you know, at the mines on episode 4, assuming you have a good relationship, tell her you miss her, and then this event will happen. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'll just, I'll see you in episode 5, I guess. Okay, now, here's where the actual meat of the video comes in. Okay. So, last time... So, yeah, I have tried this before on video, but I failed miserably, but, you know, even if I failed this time, hopefully it won't be that bad. By the time you notice where your legs... You're already on route. You stumble down the road, your panicked thoughts starting the cells like a pointed arrow towards your destination. Things will make sense again just as soon as you get hit where you're going. Ah, thank goodness there are no protesters out here today. Tabitha needs to be in a somewhat good mood. The only sound is the constant low industrial clanging of unending productivity. The only sign of life, the slow-moving machinery beyond the rickety chain-link fence. The Scarlet Hollow mines are ticking along as they've always have. There's nothing here to stop you from seeing your cousin. Now, I did read in one of the update logs that apparently this moment was made a lot harder, but I do know a few tips and tricks that will help, but I don't know. They may or may not be foolproof, but let's see. Knock, knock. Oh, it's you. Come in. You twist the handle and step inside. You enter your cousin's office to find her seated at her desk, shotgun in hand, eyeing its mechanism with focused intent. You're more familiar with this firearm. It was only last night that you saw your cousin use it to deadly effect. You have no idea how much she knows about what you found in the Forbidden Wing, but you're already ready to give her the benefit of the doubt. Bet you're glad you didn't have to wander through a crowd of angry miners to get here. You'd have me to thank for expertly diffusing the situation and getting everybody back to work. Except, of course, the people who started the whole mess. They can go cause trouble at some other mine. Probably the spies from the Union anyway. So what made you decide to come bother me today? Okay, so, oh yeah, okay, let's start with this one. Wayne kidnapped me in my sleep, Tabitha. He dragged me out to the Forbidden Wing. I found things there. He... what? But that's... Tabitha's eyes dart away, her pale cheeks losing what little color they had. Like I said, I have a few tips and tricks on how to, you know, I don't know, get her to go to the farm with me. Even if I can't get her to break down, at the very least, she might decide, you know what, maybe we can fix things by going to the damn farm. You shouldn't trust it. You shouldn't trust anything that thing tries to tell you. What did you see? What poison did he try to infect you with? Yeah, okay, first things first, you gotta show her the letters. I found these letters from your dad stashed away in a drawer. My dad? But why would he... No, you're wrong. He never sent me anything. He's not that kind of person. Clearly there are some family secrets that were kept even from you. You slide the cards he took from Edwardine's room across Tabitha's desk. He wanted to visit? There's a glimmer in Tabitha's eye. Just for a second, but she blinks it away, anger flooding back in. That doesn't mean anything. Pearl knew him better than I ever did, and she never had a good word to say about him, not once. She never has a good word to say about anyone. It's easy to send letters once a year. It's easy to write little notes and stupid kitsy cards to someone you don't know, pretending it's someone you care about. But he didn't come back, did he? Pearl was protecting me. She knew what he was really like. Okay, I think this is the one you gotta choose. What if she didn't know better? What if he's still out there? What if he wants to see you? What if we can find him after the funeral? Why are you doing this? I haven't thought about him so long. I was over it. Do you even know how bad it used to be, seeing other kids with their parents and knowing one of mine decide he didn't love me enough to stick around? I guess you might, actually. Yeah, you're not the only one with dad issues. Tabitha sighs, her eyes wandering up to the ceiling, away from the cards and their saccharine birthday wishes. After the funeral, is that what you said? Maybe after. Okay, so there are some things you gotta avoid talking about. Okay, let's not mention the cell yet. I want to talk about Enoch. Enoch, huh? It's not always worth digging up the uglier parts of the past, Odie. Usually they're buried for a reason. No, okay. Another note is that to not bring up his connection to Alexandra. Tabitha does not care about that. You explain as best you can the arcane nature of everything you found in Enoch's study. Tabitha lets you trail off, almost like she's waiting for the point of your ramblings, but is seemingly ultimately unimpressed. I take it you don't really know how much about what rich guys were into when great-great-grandpa Enoch was in his prime. Which is kind of surprising. I thought fun facts were your thing. There was the whole spiritualism movement, then that crazy guy Cowardly with the magic. Rich people love that guy. Not that they necessarily say it publicly, especially not in a God-fearing community like this one. But I guarantee a bunch of old money families have their own versions of Enoch's collection from when this stuff was in vogue. And do you know why I know this? Because Grandma Eddie told me. Everyone in the Scarlet family knows Enoch was into some weird stuff. None of us care. Whatever he's got in there is just old junk. How can you be so sure? With everything going on in town, don't you think this could all be connected? Tad lets down a heavy, exasperated sigh. What would even change if that was the case? He's still dead. Feel free to get in touch with him via a Ouija board if you really want to know, but I just don't care enough to devote much thought to it, honestly. Okay, yeah. You do your best to recount what you found the vials hidden in Enoch's desk. Tabitha nods along, disinterested or at least pretending to be. You already noticed he was into the occult, and now you're surprised there were some weird little occulty things in his study. So you open a bunch of old vials which had been preserving old letters of his for whatever reason, and you didn't really understand what they were saying because it was half of a conversation from 100 years ago. Then they fell apart, and you came here to tell me about it. Okay. Alright, you show Tabitha the map, pointing at locations of the stones you've already found, as well as the one you haven't, and out in the middle of nowhere. You really don't want to go looking for any more of these things, do you? I mean, what would be the point besides finding out what horrible situation might be unfolding around it? Not that we even know those things are connected to all this stuff going on around here. Could just be something in the air. And this is that old farmer's land. Stella always used to say he would shoot anything that crosses his property line. So you better not... Wait, he died, didn't he? Well, there's another one out there too, and I've heard he's just as crazy. Maybe more crazy, so stay clear. Well, you're not wrong about that. Okay, let's just change the subject. Okay, I don't think she cares about the boy in the wall. Alright, let's just talk about this. There was this cell task in the Forbidden Wing. Okay, you know it. It was the same cell we saw a vision of on Wednesday. The one with Avery. Avery, wait, hold on. You're talking about we saw in some dead guy's dream as evidence? None of that was real. I thought that was obvious. Even if there was any truth to it, you can't know what the truth might have been. Not with all the, imaginary imagery or whatever. There were unicorns. Besides, anything found in the Forbidden Wing is ancient history. And I thought we both agreed that the past should stay dead. Okay, I mean, I guess it's okay to talk about the boy in the wall. I want to talk about the boy in the wall. The boy in the... what? Is that a movie or something? I mean, I guess this is okay to mention. Alexandra Scarlet mentioned him in a practice writing book multiple times. She talked about swapping places with him. A practice writing book. Oh, I see. Well, that's irrefutable evidence, I guess. A few sentences a bored kid wrote in some workbook from over half a century ago. Be real, Odie. Even if there was some squatter living in the walls back then, he's probably dead now. And after what we went through this week, I thought we were both done worrying over ghosts. Okay, okay, so, I mean, I know that talking about Pearl Ann and Alexandra Scarlet are definitely not good things to talk about, and we have limited options. I guess we could talk about Wayne, but we gotta be very careful what we say to her. I talked to Wayne after seeing everything. And I hope you knew not to believe a word he said. I mean, the man is all like that, and he's stalking you. Do you think he has good advice? Okay, let's not mention this. According to him, nothing's able to leave this town, and I think he meant that literally. No. Do you just believe anything someone says to you? It's just a small town, that's all. Small towns do that to people. They get stuck. That's what he meant. He's just a freak who always says things in an overdramatic way. You should put that together by now. I don't know, the way you're acting sounds like deflection. Okay, he wants me to find a witch, but he was hazy about the specifics. A witch? Like an evil witch from a fairy tale? Of course he was hazy about the specifics. For one thing, he always is, which is suspicious if you ask me. And for another thing, a witch? But okay, putting aside the facts of reality, Wayne sends you to find this witch, and you do. Do you trust a witch and a guy like Wayne more than me? I thought we were closer than that, Odie. Okay, he says that he was the occupant of the cell in the Forbidden Wing. Not this again, look. Stop talking to him, I mean it. I don't know how you can stand to be around that guy long enough to hear him out. But I think you need to start asking yourself why he's so hellbent on getting us to turn on each other. And ask yourself what might happen once he finally has you all on your own. Do you think he'll go skipping off together into the daisies? Really? Yeah, I don't know if any of these are good to say. This one's definitely not good, or I don't know. And she doesn't care about this stuff with Alexandra. I only brought up Alexandra because it was related to the boy in the wall, but... And I think we're out of moves, but let's move on to a different subject. Okay, I guess we can talk about our medical records. I found our family medical records yesterday. God, you're such a snoop. Okay, oh boy, all three of these are horrible. Yeah, I'm not saying that first one. She doesn't care about that second one. I heard bring up this third one's bad, though I'm not sure. Let's just say it anyway. The records say Teddy died in the same mine collapse, but a vision showed me that he lived. And it's not like they even recovered a body. Another vision, huh? Almost none of the miners were recovered. They were buried under tons of rock. It just wasn't feasible. And people took advantage of that. There was a guy who briefly showed up, claiming to be Teddy, but he was a grifter. He got chased out shortly after. If your vision was showing you anything, it was that. You know I have a mind to manage, right? How much more of my time do you plan to waste playing Nancy Drew? Oh no. Wait, actually, give me a moment. Okay, sorry. I didn't like where that was heading, so, yeah, I'm just gonna... I completely forgot that the cops are gonna show up, so, I'm just gonna move on. Okay, let's make a specific Oh boy. Okay, so, alright. Here we go. This is either gonna end really horribly or really well. Well for me anyways. I think you killed your mom. It's really hard to tell the difference between sleep apnea and suffocation. Tabitha stares at you for a long, silent second. You're really coming out swinging, aren't you? Well, Sherlock, Dr. Kelly already examined her body. Don't you think she would have noticed something like murder? Or do you think she's stupid? And honestly, how dare you? I invited you here. I offered an olive branch, and now you're accusing me of killing my own mother? Oh. Tyler waves her hand, motioning desperately for everything to stop. I'm a terrible person, Odie. Is that what you really want me to say? Is that what you really want me to admit? Fine, I admit it, but every terrible thing I've done for a reason. There's a legacy. There's a whole economy at stake here. The mines had to keep running. They put food on people's tables. People who otherwise wouldn't get to eat. There are entire generations here who got to lead decent, comfortable lives because the mines keep running. And don't you dare try to tell me how hard the work is. I know how hard it is. But this isn't just the miners we're talking about. It's their wives. It's their kids. Every single person you've met this week, even the ones who hate me, all of them depend on me keeping the mines running. And the only way they've kept running has been through the suffering of a handful of people. A handful of Scarlets. Tao's voice has become gradually quiet, mournful. Isn't it worth what little pain isn't it worth that little bit of pain if it keeps the wheels turning? Just for another decade or two? Just a little longer? She slides slowly down her chair, deflating, as if collapsing under some weight. She lets out a long, pained sigh. Okay, I am so glad the autosave kicked in, because this is what I wanted. Although I would have been fine if she was just like, okay, we're at an impasse, but let's figure out a way to clear it together. Fuck. Forget about the witch. You need to find the rest of those stone carvings, right? I know where to find more. We'll go together. The last two Scarlets, right? She can't hold together anymore. The cracks in her facade of icy stoicism have become too much. It breaks completely, and the tears finally flow. I guess I didn't realize how tired I was dealing with this on my own. Yeah, it's okay. You're not alone anymore. Tyler glares away, hiding a fresh bout of tears. Stop being all nice. I can't stand it. Come on, we're going. You leave your cousin's office together. Her usual tense posture is melted into furtive exhaustion, the look of a cornered animal at the end of a hunt, ready to strike out and defend herself with all she has. Okay, I think this is actually a pretty good place to stop. And then the rest of the episode will just be, the rest of episode 5, like the rest of this Redux series, cuz yeah, I thought I wasn't going to have a lot of content for this episode, but oh man, this was good stuff. This went so much better than the first time I tried this. Oh man, so much for making this harder. I mean, I guess it was kind of hard, and I did have to cheat a little bit. I mean, I didn't cheat badly, I just reloaded an autosave, but those autosaves can really screw you over, Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it quits for today. I hope y'all had a good day today. Stay safe out there. This was Short John Red. Until then.